What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, you guys are going to see some very puzzling things in the nighttime sky. You're going to see what look like wheels in the sky turning that are not lights from the ground. We're going to start off here in Honolulu, Hawaii. Gentleman notices some sort of a weird configuration in the nighttime sky. This video has narration. Here we go.
Hey guys, I'm seeing this and it's really weird. Yeah, Honolulu, Hawaii.
Okay, coming up right here is a modified format, obviously of the same video. What did this man see in the nighttime sky above Honolulu? Sirius Mystic, December 17th of 2024 at 2:42 a.m. Check that out. What's going on there? Those aren't Chinese lanterns because they're not moving, and they're actually not the right color. Usually Chinese lanterns are orange. These things are stationary, but for some reason there's a long trail in the sky underneath these bright white stationary lights. Once again, parked in the sky above Honolulu, Hawaii. This is simply a different format. I was trying to pull forward any possible features that may have been there, but this gentleman was quite taken back by what he saw in the sky above Hawaii at 2:42 a.m. I've got multiple videos from Houston, from Naples, Florida, multiple videos of various drones in the sky, quite large drones. Starting off over here at the homepage of the website. Really cool feature photo today sent in by Wolf. This is the sky following a geomagnetic storm about a week ago. As you can see, the sky was putting on quite an impressive show. Looked like a big angel in the sky from his location. Now we're going to the mysterious lights in the sky. Ezekiel's wheel. What you're going to see are literal wheels of light in the sky. There's two of these. There's narration with this video. Then we're going to analyze the video. If these were lights from the ground, which I don't believe they are, they would blend together, forming one solid ring in the sky. These stay separate the whole time. They're rotating very quickly, counterclockwise. Video sent in by Lee from December 15th of 2024 at 12:15 a.m. I'm waiting to hear back on the location of this very mysterious sighting. I've never seen anything quite like this. Check this out. It has narration. Here we go.
Got darker down.
I've never seen this sped up to the metal.
3 times, have flashed the light. 3 times. He's kind of changing color, yeah? He colors. Wow, that sucker is big. Got bigger. Got bigger, you see him?
Yeah, I see.
You see him more now.
Now I see how I'm recording too.
Okay, here's the second video, video number 2. They've changed locations. Notice you don't see the roof line of the house or the backyard fence. The first video apparently was filmed in a backyard. You can see the fence, and there's the roof line. This video does not contain that. These things have changed location. Notice something else. There's an absence of city lights off in the distance here. So that tells you that these folks are in a very remote area. There's no reason to use ground lights up in the sky to pull in people if they're in a rural area because there's no people out there to pull in. They use these lights for events and big sales that they have in cities, not out in the country. This appears to be out in the country. And again, these things have moved. And in the first video, the first segment, they described this thing as big, describing it as one unified system containing these rotating counterclockwise lights. That again, if they were coming from the ground, they're moving just fast enough to where they would blend, forming what looks like a solid circle of light in the sky. Not only one, but 2. These things are slowly moving. They appear to be moving from left to right. I mean, they were very perplexed. There were 2 witnesses that were watching these things in the sky. They started out almost horizontal, and now you can see they're almost vertical. They're moving together in unison. They're moving at the same speeds with regard to the counterclockwise rotation. What in the world is going on? Is this another version of these mysterious drones that people are seeing in the nighttime sky? I mean, these things are big. I've never seen anything like this. I've seen random lights in the sky that can be explained. They came from the ground. They're usually ricocheting off of clouds, moving back and forth. Not these. They're moving in perfect unison together. They appear to be moving very slowly. Coming up is a modified version of the original video. Here we go. It also has narration. You can hear the young lady talking about 3 times they've flashed. And this thing was big. She refers to it as it, like she was seeing one object in the sky.
Kind of changing color, yeah? The colors.
And there were multiple.
Oh, that sucker is big.
Right there, just referred to it as big. This is the first video when they were in the backyard.
It's no more now.
And she said it seemed to have gotten bigger. Maybe it just changed location, but that is highly, highly unusual. Let me turn the volume down just a little bit. We're looking at it in different formats. This is a negative format, and you can still see it. Whatever it may have been, they referred to it as it, like it was one large object in the sky that just so happened to contain these rotating lights. And I believe that if these were lights from the ground, which I don't think they were, because you can tell they're out in a rural area, they would be blending together, forming one solid circle of light. They're maintaining their individuality in the circles that are rotating counterclockwise. This version turned out pretty good. See the lights? I mean, you can't miss them. They couldn't miss them. They were very taken back by what they were seeing in the sky. They had never seen anything quite like this. I personally have never seen anything quite like this. Does it tie into the drones that people are seeing? Is this some form of a drone that's new to the scene? I mean, we've seen all kinds of drones and drone videos here recently. I've got more to share with you guys. I've received dozens and dozens of mysterious drones, very large drones in the sky. Whatever this is, it gives new meaning to the word large. If it is indeed a single craft, that thing was absolutely massive. Some of the drones that people are seeing, here's one up close taken by Jessica from Staten Island on December 14th of 2024. That's a drone. That's not an airplane. That is a fixed-wing drone that is quite large. Want to take you guys now to the skies of Houston, Texas. Large orbs video by Easy, once again out of Houston. Check this out. 2 big bright orbs, one smaller than the other. The back one appeared to be a little bit larger, just cruising through the clouds above Houston. Doesn't look like some sort of a rocket launch because there's no vapor trail. And there's 2 individual orbs. They're clearly individual. They're not making any noise. They weren't blinking. Clearly not airplanes or helicopters. What in the world was going on above Houston? Did anybody else see these things in the nighttime sky? If you did, leave a comment down below in the comment section. I want to show you guys an example of Chinese lanterns. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because I'm going to show you guys examples of things that look like Chinese lanterns that aren't. This video was sent in by Shane, and as you can see, these are all the same color. These are very much at the mercy of the wind. They're drifting with the wind in the nighttime sky. These things are very light, and they're controlled by the wind. They usually last about maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes tops. They don't last very long because they're a flame. A small flame inside the lantern is what creates the orange color. And again, they don't last very long. And going from Houston, Texas to Naples, Florida, these are not Chinese lanterns. Looking out over the Gulf of Mexico, Thomas from December 13th of 2024. You can hear the waves coming in onto the beach. He's standing very close to the beach, looking out over the water. This one's green, that one's red, and that one looks to be maybe light red or light orange. They're very stationary, not at the mercy of the wind. I'm going to turn the volume down just a little bit. There we go. And you're going to see these things spread way out. They remain illuminated for quite some time. They're not moving, they're stationary, and as you saw in the first video of the Chinese lanterns, they drift randomly in the sky with the wind. These aren't moving.
Now there are 4.
Now there's 4. And this is looking out over the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. So if these were Chinese lanterns being lit by humans, where are they lighting them from? They're not Chinese lanterns. That's what I'm trying to say. I think these are another version of the drones. You can see how dark it is out there. There's just a big body of water. Now there's 2. You're going to see 3 here in a minute. There were 3 separate videos. You're going to see them spread way out across the Gulf of Mexico. Right now, they're pretty close together. But you're going to see a whole different configuration here in just a minute. And notice the colors, and they're very bright. They're not dimming. They're not moving. These weren't Chinese lanterns. And there's nobody out here. That's out over the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. And those are pretty decent size. I would say, I don't know, that's 3 or 4 miles away from his location, at least. And you're going to see these things here in just a few minutes stretch out probably 5 miles across the Gulf of Mexico. There's 1 right there, 3 right there. They almost look like a small version of the Phoenix Lights. Okay, there you go, right there. Check that out. This is a few minutes later. Now you've got 1, 2, 3. What do you think? Maybe 4 or 5 miles apart? At the same exact altitude?
1, then 2, then 3.
What are they doing out there? Those are very stationary. They're not moving, not blinking, not making any noise. There's the water that we've been hearing making its way up on the shore, looking out over the Gulf of Mexico. This is from Naples, Florida. There's nobody out there. That's a large open body of water. Where did those things come from? Where are they going? And what are they doing? That's the million-dollar question. Here's a still image of the lights out over the Gulf of Mexico. Once again, are these drones? You can see what look like dark features behind them. I don't know if that's some sort of a digital artifact. It's only in this image here, so it's probably a digital artifact. Here's another photo of the mysterious lights. Once again, very clearly out above the Gulf of Mexico. Excellent footage, and now they're gone. Excellent footage sent in by Thomas from Naples, Florida. I want to take you guys now to multiple locations. We're going to start off in Bethpage, Tennessee. Jonathan Rogers looked up and saw one of those red, white, and green drones, which reminded me of this one here. How big it was. That's a drone, not an airplane. This is a drone above Tennessee on December 19th of 2024. I mean, these things have been everywhere. This here almost looked like a triangle. At least the lights are in a triangle shape, and they weren't blinking. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but it appears to be a possible drone. You could see something right there. I don't know if that was a star in the background or if something came towards the object itself in the nighttime sky. Once again, this was above Tennessee.
One of those strange objects, and it was moving really fast.
He said that was one of those strange objects, and it was moving really fast. Video footage here by Clint and Gina out of Fort Collins, Colorado from December 19th. More lights off in the distance, kind of like what we just saw out above the Gulf of Mexico. This video has narration. Here we go.
This is Clint and Gina in Fort Collins, Colorado. A lot of chatter about drones. Can't really say we know what that is over there. Certainly seem to be stationary and just kind of hovering. We've sent y'all in lights in the past in this, look in the same direction, just lights just kind of hovering. There's another one trying to show up right there. These don't look like airplanes. Could be drones. Anyway, this is Fort Collins, Colorado. We've had our share of the drones as well.
And again, that video out of Fort Collins, Colorado, Clint said they've had their share of drones. These clearly weren't Chinese lanterns. They were very stationary, maintaining the same altitude. And as he described, they weren't blinking, weren't making any noise. Clearly not airplanes or helicopters. Excellent video out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Going to Brisbane, Australia. Reno sent in this video from just a few hours ago, December 21st of 2024. Check this out. Clear down in Australia. They're seeing what appear to be large drones in the sky. This isn't an airplane, or at least it's not behaving like an airplane or a helicopter. No noise. Very bright flashing light that appears to be moving slowly in the nighttime sky above Brisbane, Australia. It's a collection of 3 lights. One is super bright at times. There's a red one in there, and then it looks like 2 white ones. But that is some sort of a mysterious craft. And it looks like the entire craft is illuminating at times. And if that were an airplane, the entire airplane doesn't light up. just very specific lights on the airplane. Look at that thing. It looks like the entire craft is illuminating. What in the world's going on here? No sound. You can see it moving through the sky straight above his head. How about that? I zoomed in super close. This was a really good video. They did a good job keeping the camera steady, filming this thing as it was flying through the skies of Australia. Here's video number 2 from the same location and the same time. I think it's the same object, just a different perspective. See how bright that thing is? I mean, that thing is super bright. And it's red and white, like what we've been seeing up here in the United States, all across the country. Seeing some very big, very bright red and white lights along the west coast of California, obviously New Jersey, New Hampshire, Connecticut, all up and down the East Coast, in the interior of the United States, Ohio, Tennessee, Michigan, and now down in Australia. So apparently these drones, whatever they are making the rounds all around the world, or at least it looks that way. They wouldn't be compelled to film an airplane. We see airplanes all the time. We're not pulling out our smartphones to record airplanes. This was something unusual. It wasn't making any sound, and it wasn't behaving, and it didn't look like an airplane. Just a very bright collection of red and white lights that were obviously attached to some sort of a flying machine. But what kind of a flying machine? That's the million-dollar question. Marie Burns going back to the United States, thousands of miles away in Boston, Massachusetts. Guess what? Another craft in the sky with the red and white lights. This one also has green. You can see it dip behind that house right there. But that was not an airplane or a helicopter. That was some sort of a very slow moving, almost looked like it was rotating in the sky. Glenn out of New Jersey, December of 2024. There you go again. The red, white, and green. And you're going to see this one, much like the object down in Australia, light up very, very intensely. See that right there? Look how bright that is. That's not a typical airplane and not a helicopter. Wasn't making any sound. And every once in a while, like you're going to see again, right there, just a huge, very bright light right in the middle of that thing. Reminds me of the craft that we saw above Azusa, California, that was stationary, that had the very bright light in the center that looked like a hovering triangle craft. Very cool stuff. Great job, guys. Keep the photos and videos coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that are too large to attach to the email, come over here to the homepage of the website. Look for this red banner that says, have a large video. It's a Dropbox. Drag and drop your videos into the Dropbox. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.